Thursday, April 24th, was no ordinary day in Los Angeles. It was a day of secret health crises, romantic reckonings, backstage confrontations, and the fragile threads of legacy stretched to the breaking point. While the Forrester Creations fashion show dazzled center stage, the world behind the curtain collapsed in secrets, betrayals, and emotional ruin. And at the center of this firestorm? Hope Logan, unwittingly on the verge of finding the love she thought she had buried, and Liam Spencer, quietly dead behind closed doors. What happened next might just redefine Lope forever. Hope, torn between duty and desire, tried her best to get over Liam. Their divorce was painful but necessary, or so she told herself. She and Liam tried. They failed. Co-parenting with Beth has become the new norm, and while the fire between them has never really died, it's easier to put it aside than to reignite a fire that could consume them both again. But now Liam is disappearing. Not figuratively, but literally. His condition is getting worse. Unbeknownst to Hope, the father of her child is keeping a devastating secret, a terminal brain disease that has robbed him of his time and left him with only a glimmer of hope. And worse, he's chosen not to tell her. He doesn't want pity. He doesn't want chaos. He wants his final moments to be moments of peace, dignity, and control. But secrets have a way of surfacing. Hope's recent conversation with her father, Deacon, has been a turning point. What started as a routine check-in has become an emotional conversation about the kind of person Liam has always been. He was always there for you, Deacon reminded her. Even when it hurt. Hope nodded, quiet but clearly affected. The truth was, she hadn't stopped thinking about Liam. She hadn't stopped wondering if they'd given up too soon. But she was still afraid. Afraid of repeating the cycle. Afraid of being hurt again. But there was still a pull. A pull that never quite let go. And for the first time in months, Hope allowed herself to imagine, what if they were destined to find each other again? Not in spite of everything, but because of it? Hope didn't know that Liam's health was rapidly deteriorating. And while he had no plans to confess his condition to her, circumstances might force him to. The show hinted that Hope might soon learn the truth, and when she did, the illusion of distance between them would shatter. There would be no anger, no recriminations, just sadness. Hope will see the man she vowed to love through sickness and health now preparing for his end. And in that pain, love will burn again. They may not have decades to live, but they have today. And Hope will not let him face that final day alone. They will celebrate the broken pieces of every heartbeat, every memory, every smile. In a cruel twist of fate, the end of Liam's life may just be the beginning of their reunion. While the personal turmoil unfolds, the professional world is gearing up for what is supposed to be the event of the decade, the Forrester Creations Haute Couture show. The stars are aligned. The lights are shining. The runway is glittering. Heidi Montag and Spencer Pratt, icons of reality TV, arrive and quickly find themselves chatting with Steffi, soaking in the excitement of the event. They were there to support, to be seen, to lend their unique brand of star power to a house that has always danced on the edge of entertainment and style. Christine Blair, the smart Genoa City lawyer, played by Laura Lee Bell of The Young and the Restless, also made an appearance. Her relationship with Forrester goes back years, and her presence added another layer of prestige to an already glittering guest list. As Christine chatted with Eric and Ridge about the creative process, Eric flashed his signature smile and said, "A show without a little mystery and magic? It's not a Forrester show at all." Everyone laughed. Everyone waited. But not everyone showed up. As the models got ready backstage and the audience took their seats, Steffi looked around the crowd, her face confused. "Where's Mom?" she whispered to Ridge. Ridge frowned. "Where's Brooke?" Panic flashed in their eyes. because Taylor and Brooke are gone. And in their absence, the stage loses two of its most iconic voices. The play loses two of its loudest characters. And the legacy of Forrester Creations is teetering on the brink of collapse. What was supposed to be a fleeting interaction backstage turned into a confrontation. Taylor, convinced that Brooke was planning to seduce Ridge at the height of the fashion show, stormed toward her backstage preparation area. "Not this time," Taylor whispered. Brooke, standing by the clothes rack, turned just in time to see the rage in Taylor's eyes. "What are you doing?" she asked. "You can't ruin Ridge's moment," Taylor spat. And in a hasty move, Taylor slammed the door shut, but it stuck behind her. They were trapped inside. Brooke pounded on the door. "What did you do?" Taylor, stunned, realized her mistake. "It was an accident. I didn't mean to." But it was too late. They were trapped. Meanwhile, the show began. Models strode down the runway in fiercely futuristic couture. Cameras flashed. The audience applauded. Spencer Pratt records live for his fans. Christine smiles, clearly impressed. But the backstage crew is tense. Two of the brand's most important faces are gone. Whispers are flying. Eric, normally stoic, is starting to look visibly shaken. "What's going on?" he asks. "Where's Brooke?" No one knows. And for someone who's poured his heart into this event, the thought that the show could fall apart without Brooke, without Taylor, is too much to bear. Eric clutches his chest, eyes wide. Could this triumphant night end in tragedy? As the night wears on, things continue to go in two devastating directions. Backstage, Brooke and Taylor bicker in the circle. Old wounds. Old grudges. Old loves. "Why is it always Ridge?" Brooke sobs. "Because we never let it be anything else," Taylor replies. But perhaps, in this shared isolation, they can find a moment of clarity, a chance to realize that they have spent decades chasing the same man while letting their own lives fall apart. And in the hospital wing, Hope finally learns the truth about Liam. She runs to him. She falls into his arms. And there, in the quiet space between life and death, they reunite, not as divorced peers, not as ex-lovers, but as soulmates again. "Don't leave me," Hope whispers. Liam wipes a tear from her cheek. "I'm not leaving. I'm right here." And as the stage lights dim and the guests file out, a single spotlight remains. Of a love that may be ending, but will never be forgotten. Thursday's episode of The Bold and the Beautiful delivered everything fans could hope for. Jaw-dropping fashion, celebrity appearances, scandalous secrets, and heartbreak woven into every frame. But beyond the glitz and glamour lies the show's true strength, the complexity of human connection. Hope and Liam's potential reunion, Brooke and Taylor's endless fighting, and the looming threat of personal ruin in the face of public triumph are more than soap opera antics. They're the building blocks of a drama that knows how to pierce the heart and linger in the mind. So, do you think Lope will reunite? Do you think Eric will survive the night? Will Brooke and Taylor ever make up? Let us know what you think in the comments. And stay tuned, because on The Bold and the Beautiful, the next heartbreak is never more than a heartbeat away.